Perhaps a little bit more on our capitalization. We have approximately 219.2 million shares outstanding as of today, which is an increase from the 137.4 million shares outstanding on our quarterly first quarter event to call in May. As outlined here, this increase is primarily related to the complete elimination of the convertible debt at Ondas Holdings and the June equity offering, as well as the exercise of warrants by investors with a de minimis amount of employee stock options and RSUs. Of course, Ondas has benefited from a dramatic improvement in balance sheet health via the elimination of the convertible debt and the more than 54.4 million cash infusion, both of which positions us well to execute our growth plan. With that, I will now hand the call back to Eric.
Thank you, Neil. I want to take a moment to emphasize two things that Neil has communicated in his financial review. Firstly, we believe our strong balance sheet is a massive competitive advantage for Ondas as we execute our core and strategic growth plan from a position of strength. Further, we intend to sustain Ondas' strong capitalization profile and use it to the maximum benefit for our investors. Secondly, our share count has risen to the support of our investors, including new institutional holders who believe in our technology and end markets, but are also backing our vision and support our core plus strategic growth plan. We have a mandate to win in the AI-enabled and autonomy-driven global defense and security markets we are targeting. From here, I believe a combination of the core platform expansion and our M&A program will allow us to reward our investors for the significant contributions they have made to help us position the company for the success we see in the coming quarters and years ahead. Now we will transition to a review of our business units and ask Marcus, Oshri, and Meir to share updates on the business development activity and operations at Ondas Networks and OAS. Marcus will start with Ondas Networks. Marcus?
Thank you, Eric. We have been very busy at Ondas Networks, and it's great to be here and update you on our progress.
What the hell is that, AI?
I will start by highlighting that during the second quarter,
The same real person?
formally ratified the 802.16t wireless standard. As you are well aware, this .16t standard was pioneered by Ondas, and over the last 4 years, we have worked tirelessly with the industry to prepare for formal adoption. Advancements like this are contributing to a broadening acceptance of our .16 platform across the North American rail industry. Indeed, the selection of .16 as the wireless backbone for the 450 megahertz NGHE network by the AAR on April 11th was another important validation of Ondas' technology. This is not only an important milestone in the development of the NGHE 4.0 specification, but also a significant endorsement of 802.16 technology in the railroad operating environment and has helped accelerate discussions across all rail frequencies. While we are establishing live networks supporting centralized train control via the ATCS product lines with Siemens, we are also progressing additional 900 megahertz field trials with multiple Class 1s and regional railroads alongside these full-scale deployments. These activities and Class 1 pilots are testing new use cases that showcase the value of .16 as a true multi-purpose network. Importantly, we are now seeing broadening awareness within the industry on how .16 can be applied across the critical wireless railroad networks where the massive capacity increases in data capacity and flexibility for the new IP-based use cases are extremely valuable. As we show here, the capacity increases across all railroad private networks are material. For example, in the 220 megahertz spectrum, where the critical positive train control safety application resides, .16 can increase network capacity by 5 times. This would help the railroads avoid costly spectrum purchases. And the 160 megahertz network, the largest single spectrum block owned by the railroads, represents a significant new opportunity, transforming legacy voice networks into high-capacity, VoIP-enabled data systems. This in more detail on the next slide, and note that the 160 network is the largest rail network as measured by channel capacity and is ubiquitous, covering every mile of track across North America. Meanwhile, legacy voice or land mobile radio technology is utilizing less than 10% of this capacity. As we will discuss next, the prospect of converting 160 megahertz from a legacy LMR network to a hybrid data and voice over IP network is a significant opportunity for railroad customers in Ondas. As noted, there is strong interest in deploying .16 over 160 megahertz networks, and we're demonstrating how this can connect multiple applications, including mission-critical voice over a single IP network. Our field trials are showing wayside systems tied directly into the back office, new operational applications, and high-quality voice over IP communications that can meaningfully improve railroad safety and efficiency. Given the 160 megahertz system-wide coverage and channel capacity, the potential to convert these networks to .16 is driving the creation of a growing ecosystem of rail applications. We plan to expand these demonstrations to a Class 1 railroad in the first half of next year. Despite the lack of wide-scale commercial network build-outs to date, momentum in rail around Ondas and our .16 capabilities continue to build. We're supporting ongoing 900 megahertz deployments, progressing A-block migrations to primary network use, and positioning 900 megahertz as an alternative path for certain 220 megahertz applications. As we have discussed in recent investor calls, the new 900 megahertz A-block is being positioned as both a primary network for CTC as well as a secondary network for both CTC and PTC. We are also working on integrating multiple new applications on the new 900 megahertz network. We are demonstrating how the railroads can upgrade from outdated legacy single-purpose networks to modern and secure IP-based systems that enable new data-intensive applications to support efficient train operations and safety tools. We are field testing the 900 megahertz in dark territory for a Class 1 operator, while our 220 megahertz PTC data radio program with Amtrak remains on track, with deliveries starting this quarter. We're also in discussions with other Northeast corridor operators for additional deployments. On the NGHE front, MXV Rail is finalizing the 4.0 standard by year end, and we're engaging with HOT and EOT vendors to commercialize the next generation of products. As data-intensive IoT solutions are becoming more prominent on Class 1 railroads, the need for timely data transmission increases significantly. Ondas Networks is engaging with several Class 1s on solving long-standing data transmission needs. We continue to engage with the railroad community on the significant value of .16-enabled networks and the many applications they enable. By building out an ecosystem of .16 applications, we will continue to drive the commercialization of the Ondas technology platform. I will now hand the call back to Eric.
Okay, so you guys are listening on Discord, the Discord voice. Please switch to the YouTube. All right, we're on YouTube. Please switch to the YouTube, the private YouTube link. I'm going to turn this off now.
Thank you, Eric. Ondas Autonomous System maintained strong momentum during Q2 2025, particularly in the defense and homeland security sectors, generating approximately $6.1 million in revenue, a more than six-fold increase from the same period in 2024. OS has captured $23.3 million in orders year to date, driving better.
Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, August 12th. We got a big show for you. If you're listening to the Ondas conference call, I've just paused that. We're listening through Quarter app, so if I can get through my comments quickly, we can resume listening to that where we left off. In the morning note this morning, actually, okay, I guess we got to start with that. Let me pull up this morning's morning note. Not yet a Discord subscriber. We're going to be here with you probably till about 11 a.m. All right, so let's just pull up this morning note over here. Quickly go through our performance yesterday, up 2.8% year to date. Actually, the year to date I should have the updated number now. So let me just get the updated number for you from Fidelity. Yep, 369% now. 369.222% is our year to date. Now, in the macro discussion over here, I basically predicted that if CPI comes in line, it's good enough for a rally. And if even CPI is hot by up to 0.1%, it may be good enough for a rally with some chop. But if you're at 0.2% or more, that's where you get a problem. All right. And it turned out the numbers were pretty good from where I'm standing. Let me switch over to the Discord over here. Here you see I posted that. There it is, CPI. So 2.7, the headline coming in 0.1% light. The initial reaction is based on that. The month over month in line, which is good, which is what we wanted. All right. The core CPI month to month in line, which is good for a rally, what we wanted. The only one that was a little hot, which honestly, I don't understand how they derive these numbers. How can he be in line month over month, but high? It must be a rounding issue. I'm not sure. But hot 0.1% year over year. That's the only number out of all this, which is like a borderline. Okay. But I'm going with risk on, because if you look at the macro, let me switch over here. You look at how things are reacting. Take your cues from Bitcoin, Ethereum, IWM up 1%. Let's see how RK is doing. You want to see how the risk assets are doing here this morning. And the risk assets are doing just fine, although there's other catalysts for Ethereum that we're going to talk about. All right. So with that, let me go back to, okay, what I'll say is this. The top 5 picks of the day. So what we do in that newsletter, let me just show this to you real quick, how this newsletter is laid out if you choose to become a member. So we have our macro discussion. We have signals, overall signals. We got all the updates in Trump world here, politics, industry. See MSOS news, Intel news, the CPI, PPI, BLS. Trump says is nominating EJ Antoni. China tariff extended by 90 days, gold. So we don't miss much over here. All right. Then we got our proximal catalyst. We have our schedule of ERs over here. We have the ones underlined that we think could do well. Look at that. We're right on and on ONDS. Holy crap. Yeah, I miss SC. I don't really follow SC too much, but yeah, we're pretty good with the underlines. Okay, anyway, then economic data. Then we go into the specific catalyst this morning, BMNR. Actually, a new catalyst. All right, they already had it every day. They have a catalyst, but 20 billion expanding. I think it's via the ATM they're expanding. I'm not sure, but $20 billion. All right, we go through all these specific company-specific catalysts. This is published at usually 5:30 in the morning, definitely before 7 a.m. All right, then we get the top trade ideas, and it was basically cash. Wait for 8:30 a.m. CPI. All right, we did cover ASTS, BBA short, BBAI short, which I made good money on last night, and there's some other ideas in here, but this got updated. All right, this got updated this morning as the catalyst came in, as the ONDS earnings came in, as the BMNR catalyst came in, as the light CPI or inline CPI came in. We've updated that, and you can see where we do that here in the Discord in the morning note channel. Here we go. All right, so we added a couple addendums. So we put out the morning note here at 6:23 a.m. Today, and then he said adding ONDS as a top pick. At the time it was like 350 or something. All right, 376 possible target. I've got new targets for you now. And then BMNR we added as a top pick as well. So all right, let's dig into it and go into these stocks. We got a lot going on. I'd like to resume that ONDS conference call, but in any case, let's just quickly look at the ERs. All right, I own on long term. Unfortunately, I didn't take a bet on it. I didn't jump on it big this morning. I didn't jump on the earnings this morning either, but I own in my long-term account up 17%. ASTS, one of my largest. It might be my single largest position. I got to check at this point in my long-term account. Made some changes recently, so I'm not up to date on what is my biggest, but it's definitely top 3. ASTS up 13%. this morning. We gave you the significant takeaways from that conference call in that morning note this morning. We also had SE, which I don't follow at all. I don't know anything about it, up 15%. People saying they like it, all right? And then Circle, which up 12%, and I also don't really follow that one, all right? But those are the ERs I'm interested in. You know, we didn't have the OCLO and the ACHR underlined. Those are overvalued, okay? The pre-revenue. There's a little bit of news on FSI if you want to take a look at that, but the spreads are terrible. Drio had things, okay? So that takes us to our top picks list. And as far as top picks go, I got to make ONDS number one, man. I got to do this, all right? I was swinging some today inadvertently. I was trying to play the ER anticipation run yesterday, expecting people to sell before the report. And as it turned out, it dropped too low and I couldn't sell. So I set a sell order to sell half at $3.49, which I did. It popped on that ER pop. Then I went ahead and read that ER and it was great. Glad I kept the other half. And then I've been averaging up throughout this morning since, reading that PR and listening to the conference call this morning. So we'll dig into the details of technicals and targets with ONDS in just a minute. All right. But we got to look at this BMNR. Let me see what the hell just happened to my Benzinga Pro. All right. By the way, if you want I don't know, is it like 40 or 50%? We got a big coupon for Benzinga Pro. If you're interested, reach out to me. I forgot what the coupon code is, but we have it somewhere. It's in the Discord. I have it. You can find it. But if you're on X or whatever, just tag us and I'll find the coupon code for you. But yeah, I use Benzinga Pro all the time for the newsfeed. And let me just check this BMNR here. It's so 20. I don't know. I actually can't find it. It must be via SEC filing. Okay, I don't have the filings on right now. So we can just go to the news tab in our Discord and someone has it there. Here we go. Stock offering of $20 billion. So $20 billion stock offering. The first thing I thought when I saw that was, man, that's good for Ethereum. Before I thought this is good for BNMR. I'm like 20 billion purchases coming in for Ethereum. I think SBET at the same time also did an offering. So you get all this new demand coming in for Ethereum. This spike must have been before 8:30. Yeah, see this initial spike before 8:30 light CPI right here. That was because of the offerings from BMNR and SBET. And then you get the light CPI, risk on. You get the secondary spike in Ethereum. So we have to back to the well and make BMNR a top pick again. I mean, we've ridden most of this with accurate precision. It's just crazy. Someone made 950% in call options on our prediction on BMNR from last week into this week. I think he swung those $60 call options expiring this week. So that was crazy. Good job, whoever did that. Sorry, I forget your name, but that's the way to execute on our predictions. All right. So ONDS and BMNR are going to make it into the top 5 today, but there's a lot of other stuff going on over here. Let's see if AMD and MU, I carried a couple, not big size. I'm talking about a total of 0.4% allocation between AMD and MU. They had some good news last couple days, and I'm swinging a couple call options on that. Really pulling back a little bit here. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised. QQQ Inspire still up 0.5%, but these big caps here, MU flat after raising guidance significantly, had a very strong close yesterday. Where is it? Right here. You see that? All right, had a very strong close yesterday, spiking up, wow, over $1. Are you kidding me? From 122.50 to 123.80 in just a couple minutes on high volume. I thought that would, where is it now? Where'd that go? Okay, it's right here. Okay, there we go. So now you get that for context. Okay, so I thought between that spike end of day on big volume and then a light CPI and QQQ up this morning, we'd be doing better pre-market. Maybe that's an opportunity. Maybe that's an opportunity to add some MU calls right to open. But those are two big caps I'm looking at this morning. But ASTS, as I said, one of my largest positions in my retirement account, traded a little bit last night. Currently don't have a trade position. 20 DMA is your target at $53.50 with support at $50. You can see the support candles right here on August 1st and August 4th, right at $50. That's your support after gapping above that resistance. So interesting there. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to chase this. I have plenty of ASTS in my retirement account, and I just think I really like ONDS and BMNR better at these prices here in pre-market, even at $385 ONDS and $60 BMNR. I actually like that for trades today better than ASTS at 51.80. We'll see. I'll monitor ASTS for pullbacks for possible intraday trades. And man, this On Holdings, I just, you know what? I didn't even have a chance to read the press release. So much going on this morning. I'm glad I own some long term, but I saw they beat on revenue, and the revenue guide was above estimates. The EPS, though, at least the headlines coming out on the wire, didn't look like a miss. I'm not sure. So that's one reason I didn't jump on it. And the EPS guide also, it was just above basically where the analysts were, above whatever that number was, which I forgot what it was. Okay. So in any case, I guess people follow ON closely, read that, thought it was great. It's re-rating, beautiful. I own it long-term, but I'm missing it here. One of the things I want to look at are risk assets today that had recent catalysts that may move today. So on the light or inline CPI, and some ideas for you are Peloton, which we played really nicely over the last couple of days, Celsius, Air. So Air with a recent big AI order, and then you see a big pullback. Maybe that's an opportunity. Celsius has been breaking out after that standout ER. And there's a lot, by the way. I'm just giving you a sample. There's Reddit, I'm sure, is doing really well right now. All right, there's a lot of them that had recently, like call them growth companies, risk assets with good recent earnings or a strong recent catalyst, okay, that can do well in a risk on market today if the market continues to see the CPI data here as a risk on scenario. I think it will. Again, the only thing that was hot was the month over month core by 0.1%. I'm not sure. I don't think that's enough to pull you red, but this market's been a little bit crazy lately. That's why I like to focus on specific stocks. Okay. I really like to focus on specific stocks that have catalysts that can buck the market trend, even if the whole market's against you. That's what we try to do here. We try to find you that alpha based on those catalysts. We've been very successful doing that. So based on the CPI, I'm not going to make a bet like, let me triple lever IWM long with that ETF. I think it's TMF. Oh no, that's CLT triple levered, whatever it is. But there is an IWM ETF or RK or whatever. I'm not making general market bets. That's not my style. I know Rhett in our community does that, mostly on technicals though. For me, it's all about the individual stocks and finding strong enough catalysts where you get inflection moves and strong enough catalysts on a day like today where you can buck the trend in case it does go against you. Okay, and that's why I have ONDS here at the top, BMNR here at the top. Those will be two of your top five. Rhett, good morning. Are you there? I don't know if he's there. He's busy.
Morning, Ben. How's it going?
Oh, you are there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
All right. Good morning. So let's see if we can kind of piece this together with the morning note to come up with their top five in the morning. Oh yeah, BBAI short. Let me continue doing BBAI short as a top five pick over here. Targets for you: 460 candle support, 420 200 DMA. All right. Actually, so that's a little adjustment from the morning note. No, it's not. 420 to 465. Okay. 420 to 465 targets on BBAI. So that's a short to mix in with some of these longs. And we added ONDS and BMNR. You know what, Rhett? I almost feel like making it just those three. All right. Because everything else is kind of in the same category, right? I have like FOUR on the insider buy. All right, it's like a risk asset with a positive catalyst, but it could be anything, right? If we get a risk on market today, Peloton can do well, Celsius can do well, Ford can do well, Air can do well, Pony can do well on its ER this morning. So like, I'm not sure what the point is in randomly picking one or two of these risk assets out of a bunch. I'm thinking for top picks, let's focus on the ones with the strongest catalyst this morning, which in my eyes is an ONDS and BMNR, and then we do that short BBA for top three picks, and let everything else fall off. I'm swinging the MU calls and the AMD calls. Maybe it'll work out great, but like again, for my top 5 picks, I don't want to pick things that I'm like, oh, it's just going to go up with the market, right? Because you don't necessarily know that this market's going to hold this, and the market can be volatile. So what has the strongest catalyst? And by the way, we killed it on MSauce. I left a lot on the table, but MSauce, yesterday, we put a $5.30 target on it. And I think it was a secondary target. The first, look, it hit 526 in overnight. It looks like, was that the overnight? Yeah. But anyway, a big winner, MSauce, yesterday. I made nice on that, but I sold way too early. When the news came out that Trump was considering the cannabis legalization, I thought I judged it wrong. I thought that was sell the news. I thought, well, everyone knows that already. That's why it's been going up. I mean, this stuff has been leaked for days. And I judged that wrong over the 200 DMA. And instead of sell the news, they're like, further validation, let's take it higher. So my initial targets ended up still being in play. I did sell it early, but I put it in there again because, once I'm seeing this price action and we're seeing the further movement MSauce on the Trump comments validating the speculation here, then 530 is the next target on MSauce, but I currently have no position. Okay. I do want to mention GSRT. There was a today with an $18 price target, pretty significant compared to this 1043. This is SPAC. The deal hasn't closed, but it's in a very exciting space. This is in the SMR, nuclear SMR space. They're going to be changing their ticker symbol to nuclear, I believe, like NUK nuclear, NKLR. I don't know. Do you know what the ticker symbol is going to be? It's going to be something like that. Nuke.
I have no idea.
All right, I think it's going to be NKLR. Whatever. All right. In any case, I've been holding this way too long. Eventually, it'll work out. I am 90% sure that eventually we're going to have a big run. Probably the run will be like once they schedule the vote or once the vote happens or something like that. It looks like they don't want to run it while it's in pre-deal time frame. But in any case, maybe this benchmark will be enough to pop it. This is one of the only positions really I'm swinging right now. Everything else has been focused on the top picks of the day. All right, so I'm trying to wrap this up here with the top 5 so we can continue listening to the ONDIS conference call. Okay, top 2 picks is going to be ONDS and BMNR. So BMNR, let's see if we can figure out some targets. We nailed the targets last week. I think the next target I had was 75. Rhett, you know what? I'm going to keep that 75. We hit 70 yesterday. We got significant resistance we got to get through here from, is that pre-market at 66? When was that? That was early pre-market today. Okay, so we got some 66 resistance and 70 resistance. So we got 66, 70, and 75 resistance on BMNR. Again, I'm going to call these swing targets. Okay, although, my swing targets very often hit the same day. We bought the dip here, by the way, in our Discord. Let me see when I called that out. We're doing live trading in the audio channel when we bought this dip. I wish I bought more, but let me tell you, we got in at 61.50. No, that was when I added. I'm sorry. I averaged up at 61.50. When would we give this alert? It was 56.25. Oh, near the bottom. All right, so 56.25. When I saw that news, we jumped on it. I said, guess what, folks? BMNR is going to be a top pick again today. So, all right. So ONDS, BMNR. I think ONDS on this news, there's a chance we can break that 395. But more so, my prediction is you can buy the dips. All right. The valuation's a little bit stretched here if you're looking just at it numerically and you're not considering the sentiment premium or the optionality upside. All right. So it's a little hard for me to say, hey, we're going to fly past $4. And you really got to go to the monthly chart to see what's up after that. We're going to swing to 560, 570 over the next few days. I can't do that because this does trade at a premium at this point. But what I can say is I feel very, very strongly today that you can buy the dips, and every dip will go right back up. Okay. So that's why ONDS top pick today. And, if we do break this proximal high of 395, which it looks like it's probably set to do right at the open here. Let me see. The next target for you, maybe today, 460. I'll give you that. Okay. I'll give you a 460 target today on ONDS, possible 460 today. But again, more confidence in if it drops to 375, buy it. And then you can flip it at 385. Drops to 365, buy it. You can flip it again in the 380s. Like, I have more confidence in that than this 460 target, but it might work out anyway. It sounds like it's been pretty bullish. So top 2 picks, ONDS, BMNR, okay? Short BBAI. I gave the targets on that. Look at this ETH go.
Yep.
And that's it. I'm just going to call it top 3 picks. Let's modify. I'm in some other stuff. Small. I bought a little bit of pony on what looked like good news. I was trying to buy air this morning, but I'm like, forget about it. Let me just focus on the top picks. I think all these can do great today, right? Like I said, I'm just repeating myself. All right. Peloton. Oh, I did buy a little Peloton too. 844 Goldman Sachs, like big upgrade. I love Peloton, man. I got to tell you, Peloton's looking good. All right. And then last thing I want to say is stick around. We'll be here till about 11 a.m. or a little after that. Mobe CEO coming on at 10:30 a.m. They did report earnings this morning. Is going to be their paid sponsor for this interview. We'll see if they become a regular paid sponsor of Story Trading. I'd like them to because I think I can really help them. We'll see, though. We're going to date them first. 10:30 a.m. You know, we've had a lot of success with amplifying the SenesTech story, and SenesTech has been a huge winner for our community, going from like $2 to $6, a little pullback here after earnings. But the story still looks pretty solid. So can Mobe be one of those? I think possible. $30 million market cap. I think it might be worth significantly more than that, but we're going to wait and see. I'm not advocating buying this. I do own some in my long-term account, but I don't own any short-term. All right. I want to interview the CEO 10:30 a.m. first and see how he responds to our questions. If I like it, I've been known to buy live on air during our interviews. What I'm going to ask them. It's going to be a very authentic interview. I'm very tough on the interviews as well, especially when these are the official initial interviews. Okay, I did interview him once a few months ago. That was a very short interview. It wasn't not a sponsored interview. This one's going to be much more in depth. Okay, so anyway, with that, Rhett, that's it. All right, you got any comments?
No, I'm ready to get after it today with you guys. So we're gonna be doing some live streaming.
ONDS, BMNR, longs, BBAI, short the pops. All right, those are your top 3 picks. And then you know, there's any multitude of risk asset stocks which can do well besides for that. But I'm going to be focused on these 3, and I'm going to just continue playing the ONDS conference call for the next 5 minutes where we left off.
Which reflected continued strong global demand for the Optimus and Iron Drone platforms.
Can you hear that, Rhett?
Yep.
South of Q2, we are now.
Sorry, Rhett, was that coming in clear?
Yeah, it is. Can you hear me, Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm gonna go on mute.
To extend the Optimus drone network supporting public safety operations. This order expanded by $600,000 to $3.8 million when fleet support services were later added. Later in the quarter, Airobotics secured a $14.3 million order from a major defense customer, primarily for our Optimus drone system, the largest single Optimus order in the company's history, significantly expanding our presence in the global defense sector. During Q2, we secured and executed strategically important orders for new defense and homeland security customers for Iron Dome. The first was a $3.4 million order from a European governmental defense agency in a NATO member country. Successfully executed the system first operational development in Europe. Second was a $1.7 million order from a governmental agency in Asia for homeland security operations. With potential for future expansion, the order was delivered, and we look forward to receiving a follow-up order. In the US market, American Robotics secured a purchase order from a major US urban public safety agency for the Castor Rail system, an advanced drone detection and counter-UAS platform. Our work tour of the Iron Drone radar systems continued through Q2, showcasing the radar's unmatched autonomous counter-UAS capabilities, and building trust through high-impact demonstrations. During this demo, we engaged directly with top-tier defense and public safety stakeholders. This has already resulted in 2 new Iron Drone customers
460,
in Europe and
guys.
Asia
460 is the
in Q2
target
2025, with additional customers and
on
orders in
ONDS.
progress. More stops are planned in the US and Europe over the coming months. Each event is designed to turn pipeline opportunities into active programs and programs into long-term expansion. Recently and over a period of months, we participated in Project Vanai, a joint US and UK initiative created to shape the future of counter-US
Yes.
capabilities.
ONDS top pick of the day. Look,
The Iron Drones,
doing its top pick thing, guys.
the collateral design and usability offer a unique value
I have a
proposition for sustained
6% allocation
in next
in
generation
ONDS
military and homeland security
and
missions.
only a 2%
We will
allocation
continue
BM&R. What am I
to
doing?
promote
Should be higher.
through participation in upcoming projects. Another key outcome of our global tour is integration with new local detection system and C2 platforms. In
Running out of
Q2,
time. Hold
we
on.
successfully completed integration.
Oh, listen to this. Listen to
In
this.
the US, we plan to demonstrate our counter-US capabilities to the NYPD and with distribution and partners to multiple US DoD services branches during Q3. The New York Post highlighted
Oh,
that
look at that.
NYPD
All right.
was seeking extended.
Dude, this is just. I'm jumping around now. We got market's open. I can't listen to this anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a kind of annoying.
I mean, but this is just filled with beauty. Oh my gosh. I'm just like jumping through the trailer.
believe 2025 is being defined as a breakout year for our company.
That's it. I heard enough. I'll listen to Q&A later. But yeah, look at these two top picks. I think these are two beautiful top picks. ONDS, BM&R, and then that short BBAI. I only have a small short BBI position right now. Look at that MU too. Those call options picked up at the end of the day, average down. That was looking good. But ONDS, BM&R. I wish I got a bigger BM&R position. What am I doing? Only this thing was down when we bought it. That's brilliant. Okay. I think I got to sell some at the open. Let's see. Here we go. ONDS breaking out. Honestly, like I don't even feel like selling any. Look at that. 700,000 shares for sale at $4, and it's gonna break it.
I picked up.
It just
Right.
broke 700,000 shares on the ask on ONDS. 460 is the target, guys. We're seeing 417. Holy smokes, we did it again. I'm going to sell just 10% of my position here. No, 10% at market just in case I can buy back. Let's go. Beautiful. That's beautiful. All right. We did it again. Look at MU. Those call options I got are ripping. Not the AMD ones though. So beautiful. All right. ONDS, top pick of the day, guys. Top pick of the day. I'm selling a little bit more here. No, not a 403. One is 410. I would have sold a little 410. I guess maybe I got to put some limit orders in, but I am interested in buying dips, man. I am interested in buying dips on this thing. 416. Let's go. 417. Let me sell another 1,000 shares at market. Boom. What did I get filled at? 426 maybe? What did I get filled at there? What is that Pony? I sold Pony. I didn't want to do Pony because it wasn't a top pick. And it's down. Thank God I sold that. All right. Okay. I sold the 426 on that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank God I sold the Pony. Oh, beautiful. All right. Wait a second. No top picks is like an auction over here. BBAI. Ooh. I mean, that earnings was horrific. I probably shouldn't waste time on this. I should probably just trade ONDS to the upside today. but just to diversify a little bit, let me sell short another 1,000 shares here. Okay, sold a little more over there. All right, let's see. MU dropped back down. Sad. All right. Peloton working. I picked up a little Peloton. Look at ASTS, Rat. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Wow. It exceeded my target at the 20 DMA. Next target, I said in the morning note, it could hit 55 if it breaks the 20 DMA. High of 54.73. Too bad I don't have a trade position in this one. But my retirement account is very happy. So that's nice. Okay. Let's see what else is down here that we can look at. CCIR, I want to bring that up to the top. Could be interesting to look at. Let's put that with the other spec, GSRT. All right. In any case, we're getting distracted here. That short $5 was nice on BBAI. A nice little diversification. See, BMNR is pulling back. It's good to have a few in here to diversify. ONDS, I'm buying back what I sold, baby. I'm buying back what I sold at 426. Yes, I am. Buy. Back in. All right. I'm back in. Oh, that was beautiful. All right. So, unfortunately, I wasn't huge, but I sold 20% at an average price of 34, 417, 20% at average price of 417, and got back in at 398. I like that. I'll take that. BMNR, I think you got to buy the dips today, man. BBAI, I'm gonna wait to short the next tranche.
All right.
All right. Wow. ASTS making my retirement account happy today. Too bad it wasn't my trade account, but whatever. Can't catch them all. I did my Peloton pre-market not working. Oops. Let's see. Celsius 4.
Wow.
You know what? What's that? What are you saying? Why about? What's going on?
These Q calls, they're moving amazing.
What's
today.
that? What's
I said
happening?
Q calls are moving amazing today.
Brett trades and indices, not really what I focus on trading, but he'll give alerts from time to time on that. Okay, so things are looking good here. Just go back to the top picks. And man, this ONDS, I think that's all I want to focus on. ONDS, BMNR, BBAI short, but I'm going to wait for, let's see, what's the resistance here? 515. It's a little bit dangerous shorting this stock because it's like a meme stock. But that report was absolutely horrific. Oh my gosh, nothing redeeming about it. You know what?
I'm all out those calls.
BMNR.
I did add BMNR calls. I'm down 24% on them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I only added 2 in the beginning because the spread was huge. But I'll look to add more here.
I think I'm just gonna stick with common shares on BMNR. Honestly, if I was gonna do call options, I'd have more faith in ONDS and BMNR. BMNR can go both ways today.
I picked up those as well. So
look at ASTS hitting the 55 target I gave. Damn, I didn't play that one.
I'm down on ONDS calls right now.
BMNR could go both ways today, right? I think intermediate term it's very bullish, but today what's going to weigh out, the dilution or the fact that ETH is spiking? So it's a little bit tricky with BMNR. That's why my larger positions in ONDS. Trying to see where I might want to add. What's this here? $59. 59. You know what? I'm gonna add a little bit at $59 here. 58.66. Broke that. I'm gonna add 100. All right, just add a little bit at 58.60 or something. On BMNR. And waiting, where should I wait for BBAI? I'm gonna wait to see how high these crazies take this take the stock. 518 though. What was the high of the day? 518. That might be it. You know what? I'm going to short a little bit more. I'm shorting a little bit more BBAI right here. Sell to short. If there's any left available. Yes, there are. And all right, I just short a little more BBAI right here. Okay. But honestly, I think you can make a living today just focus on ONDS.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
And when this is like when it has a green day, like I've traded this a lot. The dips are become really reliable on an overall green day. FSI had some really good news last night. I didn't get in because the spreads were terrible. Look at that, up to 720, almost halted right there. But yeah, the spreads were just too big, and it was too appropriate for a community. I did put it in the morning note. I put the alert in there. Noted the size of the contract relative to the market cap was pretty big, but I think we got better things to do. Too illiquid, spreads too big. Microcap investors who want to hold it long term might want to look into FSI and their contract last night. But as far as the trade goes today, with those spreads and lack of liquidity, it's not so special, you know. All right, not so suited for what we do here. Okay, so let's see. Celsius is moving.
Some support for around 56. If we keep dropping.
What are you talking about?
For BMNR.
Oh, BMNR. I kind of wish I picked up air, but there's no catalyst today other than the market. Let me see how is our risk assets doing here. IWM looking good. TLT, not what I would love to see. I would love to have more validation with TLT up. So that's not like superb. But in any case, here goes the crazies here. 532. Man, I made good money on BBAI last night. I hope I don't give it all up today. But okay, next resistance would be 549 to 570 area, 550 to 570 maybe. I think I would short a little. My position size still can still tolerate this here. Let me tell you what my position size is on BBAI. BBAI short. I'm at 2.5% short. I think I have room to short more of this on a further pop. So I'm going to hold out. All right. I got no. I'm not near this or taking a loss. I think it's early. We'll let retail buy this up in the morning and see if it can turn around for us here in the afternoon. Too much ASTS FOMO, man. Let me see. I got to look at my retirement account to get happy now. Let's see. ASTS. It's one of my biggest, not my biggest. It is my biggest. I take it back. ASTS is my largest position. Wow. Nice. I will take it. Well, it just went to the largest. It jumped over Robinhood today. ASTS jumped over Robinhood today with this move of up 20% in my retirement account. Oh, I wish I traded it short term though. ONDS, buy that freaking dip, man. I'm buying it. Hold on.
You know what dip I'm buying right now is the AMD.
I'm buying this ONDS dip right now. How low did it go? 387. I got in at 392. AMD, I'm swinging a couple of those calls. How the Mu's doing? Okay, Mu and AMD. You know what? My position size is adequately small enough on Mu and AMD that I'm not even gonna look at them today. We'll see how it turns out by later this afternoon. It's a 0.4% allocation coming in between the two. So I had a feeling Celsius would do well today, and Air too, but I'm not in Air. What time is it? 9:42. All right, we got our CEO interview at 10:30. So, well, little morning excitement, pulling back for us a little bit. Now we gotta wait, look for spots. You know what? Maybe I will look at the MU call options now. Let me see if I'm up on them. Not really, to tell you the truth. They haven't really moved. I mean, they're up 10% today with the stock up 1.5%. That's kind of lame. Right?
Yeah.
I have the 127s expiring this week. Maybe I'm too far out of the money. I'm not going to add to it. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it where it's at. I mean, it's looking good. Let's see yesterday's high at. Is there a 127.28 in the opening candle? I mean, it was looking nice. Let's get rid of it. Look at that. Look at the MU chart. Looks great. But like the fact that those call options are only up 10% on 1.6% does not inspire me to buy more of those calls, right?
Yeah, that's because what ones did you pick up?
127 this week. My average is 247. My average is 247, and they're now 195, so I'm down on them. I should have bought more at the end of the day. Anyway, let's turn our attention back to ONDS and BMNR. We didn't have a chance to. We should. Okay, you know what we should do at like 10:15 a.m. or 10:20 a.m. We should just go quickly through the MOB earnings report because that's news today. Oh shit! I made a mistake on Peloton pre-market. Oh, this has worked so well for me the last few days, and I thought with risk on, it was just going to keep going. So Peloton, it serves me right for going into a stock that's not the top picks of the day, right? That's what always happens. Got to stick with the top picks of the day.
Yep. This AMD is about to stop me out here in a sec.
Yeah, man, this ONDS, this is so easy to trade today. Every dip is going to be bought today on ONDS. I can't wait to go back and read the whole transcript. It looked like there were a lot of optionality upside gems in the ONDS. Oh yeah, here we go. I wish I bought more on that drop, but let me see what my position size is. Oh no, I'm good. I have a 7.4% position in ONDS, right? Like I'll go as high as 25% intraday on a top pick. But the problem is like look at the chart. Like ONDS has already come from like 2 to 4. That's why I can't do 20%.
All right, we're right near that support.
I'm good with 7.4%
on
BMNR.
Yeah. So we'll see if we break below it. I may cut these calls.
MU keeps going. AMD trying to make it back. Dude, we're going to hopefully make a killing on ONDS today. On my current tranche, I'm $3.80 average on my current tranche of ONDS shares, but I've already pocketed $1,400 in realized gains on it and $2,500 unrealized. So almost $4,000 profit in ONDS already today.
Nice.
Oh, look at that. Are my MU calls finally moving? What is this stupidity? Come on. MU calls. Okay, now that's better. They're up. Now it's starting to make sense. They're up like 35% today now. Should have bought more yesterday. 214 by 220. My average is 247. So I'm getting close to break even on those MU calls. Did we break yesterday's high yet? Not yet. 127.28 would be yesterday's high, and then the target would be 129.73. If we can break yesterday's high, 129.73 will be our target. The RSI supports the move. It's not overbought yet.
Man, I'm really liking this AMD chart.
And yeah, and I got those. Which AMD calls do I have? Let me see. AMD calls. Ew. Oh man, I'm down. I'm down 19% on the AMD calls. All right, let's just gonna go back and focus on ONDS. Star of the day, number one pick of the day, doing its number one thing. Okay. Let's see here. I don't know. Thinking about selling some at 403, walk in a little bit of a gain and look for a pullback. I'll do that because I did buy some on that dip. Let me sell those shares I bought on the dip. All right, so I think that probably went through a 402. Yeah, because I picked up 39, so it's 392 to 402, like 10 cents on that dip. All right, still have a nice big position. Let's see if we get another dip. All right, go here. Oh, Peloton's my one loss for the day right now. Celsius. Wow. Wow. Now, a lot of good avoids. I'll tell you that too. It's a lot of things we just avoid that I don't tell you about because I don't like the news. And lots of winners there too. You just never find out about it just through my curation process in the morning. Wow. Let's check back on the ERs today. There goes ONDS. Beautiful. Yes. Oh, SE, which I just don't know this company. Circle close. Oh, ACHR comeback. Wow. Nice big comeback on ACHR. Look at that. eToro. Good avoid on Pony. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I don't know, Ray. I'm actually thinking of selling my BMNR to focus just on ONDS.
That would be a bad idea.
I have ONDS's number. I have more certainty what it's going to do today. As I said, BMNR is a little bit more questionable, and also ETH is pulling back. Did I make money on it early? Let me see if I can pull out a profit on this. 746. BMNR. Yeah, and if I sell now, I'll be up on it $500 for the day. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
I can be up 500 and then focus on ONDS, which is the one I really have much more confidence in today. Look at that. Go, baby. Oh, yes. 460 target, remember, on ONDS. Possible today. Wait, okay. It's just I'm going to have so much FOMO if BMNR explodes without me.
Yeah, I'm just going to cut this loss on AMD. I don't like that we're testing this level again. Alright. Now my main focus is just on ONDS with you. I have my calls. I'm
yeah,
good.
I mean, you're making me think. Maybe I should sell my AMD and MU calls and just only trade ONDS today. Oh, I'm still the Peloton mistake though. Shit. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna sell the BMNR. All right, lock in the gains. All right, so I'm locked in with gains on BMNR. AMD and Micron. I'm gonna hold them. My position size small enough, but Peloton, I'm annoyed about. How many shares did I buy? I hope not a lot. Okay, not a lot. Not a huge deal. All right, if I have to take a loss on Peloton, I'll do that later. But this way. And what's my short? Wow, BBI hit 547. What's my average price on this short? 501. Wow, I hit 547. I shorted as high as 516. Oh my god! And I think I even said 550 to 560. Oh well, that would have been nice. Oh well, okay. Yeah, let me throw Mob to the top to remind us of that interview coming up. And then ONDS.
There we go.
What?
ONDS.
You doing call options on it?
Yeah.
Oh, which ones? Come on.
I bought. No, you know what? These suck. And do not buy these.
Just tell me.
I'm in the 450s. No.
I'm not saying I'm going to buy it. I just want to look at them. Hold on. 10 to 15 cents. No, I would do, if I were to do call options, I'd do the 350 or the 4. 350.
Mhm.
Actually, 350 not bad. Gives you nice leverage and tight spreads. The 4 not bad, but 350 safer. I like the 350s. Let me check the 3s. The 3s are good too. The 3 and 350 calls are pretty good on ONDS, and a lot of liquidity on the 350s. The 4 also has that liquidity, but you got to get above 430 to break even. I'm just going to stick with common shares. This you can see $4.60 today, though. I got to tell you.
I might as well stick with it then.
I was going to say 460 is possible. I'm like, I have a 6% because I'm thinking of getting more. I don't know where. I'm thinking of increasing my position. Something I do often. You'll get used to it if you want to join our Discord. I buy back higher all the time. I'm not afraid of that. Like my last sale was what, at 402? I'm thinking of buying at 415 right now.
Someone's saying MBIS spike.
Again, it's been spiking for like a week.
Man.
Holy crap, I wish I kept that in my long-term account. Look at that.
Kept what? Oh, MBI, yeah.
Wow. Wolf Financial himself. NBIS is the trade of the week last night. I used to own NBIS long term. I wish I kept it. Oh well. I'm buying it back higher. I don't care. At this point, I don't know. Like, let me just look at the daily chart on this, and you can't really make sense out of this. It's you need context. You got to go to the weekly. So you go to the weekly. On the weekly chart on ONDS, what is the short position? Not high. Okay, so it's not short covering here. This is just people want to buy the stock. Okay, 460. Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing. Rhett, can you check me on the technicals on ONDS? Give me a target for the day without considering what I just.
All right, give me a sec. I'm looking now. $443.
443. Okay, well, they're both higher than here. I'm at 460.
Yeah, I see where you're getting that from. That would be my next.
443, 460. Let me see. What are you looking at? The weekly chart to see that?
I'm looking at the
daily. Daily. How do you even see the daily? I can't see anything. I
have a huge monitor, so it makes it like super easy to.
I can't see it.
It really sticks out to me. But it's back near around the 7/2022 area is where you see that coming up. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it acted as support, and then it broke below support and then turned it down, and then it acted as resistance and got rejected. So I mean that's a pretty big level right there. 443.
Okay.
I'm gonna mark it on here. 443.
Wait, what is this? We have notes on the. What are these comments? Hold on, there's comments here that I've been ignoring. 926 350s. What's that? Is that
For
Oh,
yeah.
September 26th. September 26th. Okay. September 26th, 350s. Oh, that's what someone's buying. The thing is, I don't want to swing. I don't want to swing. I mean,
This is meant for days.
yeah, this is for me. This, by the way, I think it's a great stuff to swing in your retirement account, but in my trading account,
You've been buying that, and it's nice. Picked up nice there.
10s and 11s.
Been buying in the
PSFE? What is
10s and
PSFE?
11s. I don't know.
I've never heard of it.
Pay Safe Limited. I don't even know what they do.
776 million market cap. Looks like they had earnings this morning. 236 reaffirms adjust guidance versus 238 estimate raises guidance. Okay, I don't know this company. I'm gonna skip it. Oh man, too bad I didn't short more BBAI up there in the 540s. That would have been nice. I don't know, man. This MU and AMD, it's like ruining my top pick today. Losing some money on those. What's the point?
I cut AMD. It fell below that support.
My calls expire next Friday. That's why I'm giving a little bit of a leash. But the thing is,
this thing can make a move another $3 down to the downside. AMD, so it's not looking hot.
Here's my reasoning for maybe just selling it now. Is because my top pick of the days, like, they freaking nail it all the time.
Yeah, you do.
You know,
Look
you
right
know
now.
what?
Look
You know
right
what?
now.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna sell it. You know, I've been trying to move towards a more pure play process with my trading to focus only on the top picks of the day. Maybe today is a good day to move more towards that.
Today's a great day for my retirement account.
Screw the okay. I just sold these. I don't have time for that shit. All right, let's see. Okay. What was my? Let me make sure. Let me see if I'm up for the day. I hope I am. Let's see.
There we go on DS.
Oh, it's a movement. All right, great. I'm just checking something here.
All right, it's 10.
-8. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm up. All right. Even though I took those losses, I'm up now. I'm still up for the day.
Wow, market did not care.
Not care about what?
About CPI.
Well, Colex was predicting would roll over because he was saying the core came in hot, and that's all the market's going to care about. But once again, the core was only hot by 0.1% on the month over month, and it was in line on the year over year.
Yeah, but that's just enough for them to roll it over. So
we'll see. I don't know. It looks like it right now, but anyway. Okay, so
selling pressure.
You know what? I think I got to take my loss on Peloton too. I'm gonna take a loss on Peloton. Oops.
Yeah, I'm barely up on the day. I'm only up 1%. 1.38.
I'll get my stats for you in a second. All right, selling Peloton and so unfortunately at Fidelity you got to manually calculate how you're doing for the day. It's so stupid. It's the most ridiculous thing ever.
Yep, red to green.
I'm up, but not as much as I should have been. Let's calculate this. I'm only up 1% on the day. right now. But I got rid of this other stuff that was weighing me down. All right, I got rid of the Peloton and the MU and the AMD. Got rid of all of that. Also got rid of BMNR with a profit. It just it wasn't acting great. And the only thing I'm left with is ONDS, along with a couple swings still. Oh, I'm short BBAI. Okay. Oh, good. It's coming back down. Okay, so I'm short BBAI, long ONDS, and then I have two swings that I've been swinging forever, and I've refused to sell. It's GSRT and SALM. So right now, that's my entire account. It's GSRT, SALM swing, and a day trade here in ONDS, and I sold Peloton at the worst time of the day, and short BBAI. Okay, I love this ONDS. Holy
Yeah, it's looking
crap.
very nice.
What's my position size now? 8%. I got an 8% position. My entire difference, my entire gain for the day is because of ONDS, up $6,000 on ONDS. Actually feels good to have one focus, to tell you the truth.
Makes it a lot less stressful, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but if you do that, you got to be like not more than 20% of your account, because if you're wrong, you get wiped out.
I'd say like only 10%.
Normally, but when it's like a stock I know really well, like Air or something, or even ASTS, I've gone 20%.
Yeah, definitely.
And
But with what I do, you gotta only go
every
5%.
single time. What's that?
I said with what I do, you only can go like 5% or 1% of your account.
Oh, because I'm talking about common shares.
Oh yeah, definitely then. Without a doubt.
Yeah, common shares. And so yeah, I'm like, I wish I was able to. I wish I saw this. I don't know. I guess I was distracted. To short more BBAI up there, but
it's wicking nice right now off this 573 Qs, but not doing anything with it. All right, 25 minutes till the interview.
An interesting day. There was a lot of drone stocks reported today. Actually, let me go to my drone list. It was okay. UAVS had some news today, but it was okay. It was ONDS reported. Where are the other two? There were two more that reported. Where the heck are they? What? No, I can't find it. What the hell's wrong with me? Hold on. Top picks. Okay, it was ONDS. Where's the other one? Which other Jones stock? Oh, is Xena. Okay. So let me 1 second. Add to. Oh, it is there. Drones, and then Mob. Add to drones. Okay, so drones. Okay, so we have ONDS reported, Mob reported, Xena reported. A little bit of news out of UAVS. Oh, UMAC I think is reporting soon this week. Let me check. Where is it? Man, this weekly newsletter, I can't find it. All right. UMAC. Okay, today.
ONDS.
Today. There's a bunch of interesting ERs I'm going to be looking at later. We're going to save that for our Discord, I think. I might take an ER bit. One or two
asking about Xena. Xena's up 12% today.
Which one?
ZENA. I haven't looked into this.
Oh, yeah, I know. I traded it for 5 seconds this morning on the news.
500% year-over-year revenue surge.
Okay, UMAC is Thursday after the close. Okay, UMAC is Thursday. Yes, I know, I saw that, but it's like it's, you know what? Like if you're gonna play a drone company, you play ONDS. Like it's a little shit co. Like ONDS is the real deal. All right, so or Mob. We'll find out if you play Mob. Mob is much better than Xena in my opinion, but we're gonna find out for sure soon. Okay, let's see. ONDS. Where am I? Oh no, top picks. Okay. I can't believe I used to own NBIS long term and
In the low 20s, right? That's when we all bought it.
yeah, I know, and I intended to hold it for a long time, and then I don't know. It's okay. Like we made money on cores. I think I took that money and put it in CORZ. We made good money on that.
You know what, the one I should have just kept swinging, which I didn't, in my trade account, which I sold yesterday to be all cash, was ASTS. In like the mid 50s yesterday.
Nice pop in BM&R here with ETH. I'm gonna get FOMO in BM&R, man. Until I know it. Okay, I'm gonna try not to. Look, there's no reason to worry about that. Look, BM&R is flat for the day, 0.6%. Number one pick of the day, up 25%. Ben, focus. You don't need it. You don't need BM&R today. All right, target 460 on ONDS. Okay, why the hell didn't I buy those call options? Oh my God. Here we go. What's my position size? 8% position.
We are moving and grooving. High day, baby.
I should have got. Oh my God, I should. Whatever. All right. Dude, how crazy would it be if it hits my 460 target today? What was your target?
443.
443. All right.
If it breaks that, it goes straight to 460, in my opinion.
Okay. So we'll see. Let me go to the monthly chart again. Dude, I gotta tell you something. What is this candle? Oh, that is the 460. You know, it's time you sell to lock in some profits, you end up buying it back higher. And I think I'm going to do that again. All right, I'm selling a little bit at 427, and I'll probably end up buying it at 433 or something. Probably in like 3 seconds from now. Yeah. That's just one of those days. There it goes. See that? I just said what I was about to do, and I'm going to do it like a moron. Oh, there it is. I just did it. I just bought it back. Oh my God. I'm like, I'm going to buy this back 5 cents higher in 3 seconds, and that's exactly what I bought it back 4 cents higher. No, it was 5 cents higher. All right. It's just one of those days. It's just going to. The dips are going to be too shallow. Like, you know, it's like, let me sell up here, wait for a dip. The dip never comes, and then it breaks the, you know, breaks higher, and then you got to buy back higher. It's just one of those days. I'm still short BBAI. Okay, so those are to my 2 major positions. Antonio's asking, well, 460 is my target. Rhett sees resistance at 443. I'm not too concerned about that. But also 460 is a swing target for me. But, you know, as happens so often, my swing targets hit
like
the same day.
95% of the time it hits.
It hits my swing targets the same day, which is insane because, like, the stock market's insane. Like, why should a stock go up like 26% in one day? But that's what it does. It's like, come on.
There we go.
I'm like, give it a few days. I'm trying to be realistic, but the market never wants to be realistic, and it takes you to the swing targets in like 5 hours.
Here we go. Getting up near there. Getting up near there.
I told you, it's a good thing I bought it back. I sold it 427, bought it 432. Dude, we did it again. How often does the number one pick of the day work? It's ridiculous. All right, 437, 438, 439. I mean, you gotta use a weekly or monthly.
Let's go. Finally, I won some duck quotas for this year.
Wait, what are you happy about? The 450 calls?
No, I'm happy right now that I just got my duck quotas for this year.
What's a duck quota?
For duck hunting in Florida.
What's a duck?
It's like a lottery system. You gotta like apply and all that stuff. Like I haven't gotten it the past 3 years.
Oh, you just got notified that you can get it?
Yeah, it just popped up on my thing.
Wow.
That,
So what's that mean? How many ducks can you kill?
You're only where this says that you're only allowed 3 per person, so 9.
Do you have to eat them or what?
Yeah, eat them.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm not just gonna go out there and shoot them for fun.
All right. There goes. I was thinking about air today. I really was, but okay, whatever. I can't be everywhere. Nice exit on Fannie Mae yesterday. Took the 2-day run, exited at the top there. Dude, you don't know how bad I wish I had a 15 to 20% position in ONDS. All right, it's 10:13 a.m. Let's just double check your emails and your messages and make sure everyone is here. Let me check. Link. All right. Lawsuit alert. What's this? Yes. Great call story trading. Okay.
I'm pulling up my email.
Dude, I don't know this one pick a day thing. Now I'm gonna regret selling AMD. Yeah, but I mean, this new channel we have in our Discord to just trade the top picks only.
That's great. It keeps me focused instead of chasing junk. You know what you saved me from yesterday, and you saved a couple other people too, was the RUM yesterday.
Rumble.
On that news.
Yeah. I should have shorted it. I didn't have the balls to short it, but here's a dip you might want to buy in ONDS. In fact, I think I will. I'm going to buy this dip on ONDS. Yeah, ever since we started that channel, I've outperformed the market every single day, without exception. What just happened with the ONDS? Did it just like jump 6 cents in a second?
Seems like that.
Oh, cool. I got it at $4.25. And then like a millisecond after I bought it at $4.25, it hit $4.31. That was wild. All right, I'll take it. Yeah, that channel is incredible. I needed it. I set up that channel because I went off the script and I started doing things that, low quality stocks I didn't even recommend. And I really had a big drawdown because of that. And then I set up this channel to focus and back near the highs of the year since look at that, MU and AMD. It's so hard not to want to be everywhere, right? That's like I still struggle with that.
Yeah.
It's like you want to be everywhere. I really want to be everywhere. I mean, like I literally want to be everywhere. Like I thought about like if I can build a bot. Look at this AHR, man. I really wanted to be here too. At least I have it in my retirement account. But yeah, I'm like, how great would it be if I could build some AI bot that listens to my pre-market show and then like enters everything I'm bullish on, like handles like 20 stocks at once. I don't know why I have that desire. Like I have to make money from each one of my predictions. Like that's such a strong pull I have that I'm trying to control because the results are better when you focus on just a few. But I get like pissed off. I get annoyed when I make a prediction about something and it hits the target and I wasn't in it. Like I beat myself up over it, man. Right? It's not good. Anyway. All right, it's 10:17. So let me tell you this, guys. Mobilicom, I'm going to save most of the information. We're going to find out in real time together during the interview. I don't like to prepare too much for the interviews. This way it's authentic and organic, and I just kind of go with the flow. I usually keep my questions very high level. It's not going to be very technical based. Like, I'm not going to be asking about, how does their technology technically differ from drones? What exactly their technology does? I don't care about stuff like that. I don't make my investments based on unless you're air test systems. There, I had to really understand the technology. Okay, but with this stuff, generally speaking, I want the big picture stuff. How are you going to get to profitability? What's the TAM? What's your goal? Why are you here? When did you get involved? Like big picture stuff is what I like to do. And they don't get a heads up on anything, nothing. I didn't even give them topics. The CEO is Oren El-Kayem, okay? And interesting, they released their earnings today, which we didn't know when that was coming. I don't think it was PR'd ahead of time of the date. They only release twice a year because they're like, I don't know the SEC rules, but it's like some sort of like foreign entity type of thing. I think they're duly incorporated in Australia and Israel. So we'll get some clarification on that too. But they reported this morning. Let's just quickly go through this press release so we have a little bit of context. Okay, it said momentum accelerates with 1.5 million in revenue for the first half of the year and 1.6 million backlog as of June 30th, bringing the combined total to 3.1 million, already approaching full year 2024 revenue. So they're saying between their backlog and the first half revenue, they're already near what they did in the full 2024. And new sales continue to ramp in the second half of 2025. Growth is driven by transition of key tier one customers into mass production. They've had a number of these press releases about tier one customers and mass production. And I guess I'd like to figure out what that, quantify that, right? I'd like to quantify that. Good escape on BM&R over there. And yeah, MU and AMD is going to make me sad. Okay. Anyway, so growth driven by transition of key tier one customers into mass production as the United States sets policy against adoption of drones. Defense manufacturers prepare for DoD programs of record. Ooh, maybe we can get some clues from him on ARCAT and UMAC, by the way, because I think he works with them.
Yeah, so
that might be what he might be hinting at here. Hold on. Growth driven by transition of key tier one customers to mass production. The U.S. sets policy to advance adoption of drones. Defense manufacturers prepare for DoD programmers of record. Let's read into that line a little bit. I'm going to ask him about that. Do you mean UMAC? Are you going to get some business from them soon, or ARCAT? All right. All right. Let's see. Selection of Mobilicom cyber secure systems into the DoD's prestigious Blue US framework is fast tracking additional sales to tier one defense contractors. We saw a ramp, which we expect fulfilled during the second half of the year. So they're going to say they're going to fulfill the backlog in the second half of the year. So their revenue basically is saying higher year over year without any specific guidance other than that. Our Sky acquisition was a major achievement earlier this year and is very well timed. Additionally, we expect to see accelerated adoption. We believe that Mobilicom remains very well positioned to continue to capture market share. 20 operational highlights, financial highlights. Okay, clean balance sheet, no debt. That's good. Wait, what's their cash position? So they have 7 million cash, no debt, with a 30 million market cap. So you're paying $23 million for 4 million revenue. 23 million, 4 million, 4, 5. You're paying about 5 times revenue plus all the IP. Okay, so that's a nice little background there. We're going to find out much more in just a few minutes. Rhett, can you hold down the fort for 5 minutes? I'm just going to go and get a coffee, use the little
Yeah.
boys, stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
AMD's whirring. Oh boy,
Yeah.
FOMO, baby, FOMO. Okay, look at Air. Holy crap! I knew I wanted to get Air this morning. In fact, I'll tell you a secret. This morning I had a pre-market buy order at 1780, and I got a partial fill of like 6 shares. And I didn't tell you about it because it was only 6 shares, and then I just wanted to clean my account, so I just sold the 6 shares after the market opened. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Sounds good. Kind of consolidating right up here near the high of day for ONDS. Qs called out earlier that bounced off a nice key level this morning around the 573. It looked great. Sadly, I didn't take that. Did Ben? I don't think he did. I think he bought it and already flipped it, if I'm not mistaken. We'll ask him here in a little bit, but I think he did that in pre-market. I'm pretty sure because it didn't make it in today's top picks. I believe that was in the morning note. But then it was the number 5 pick of the day. Broke the support that he had of 1488. See the other one see how that's doing. It's holding up. It's consolidating pretty nicely. 84 to 86 support. Hit right around there on that first 5-minute open. It's been consolidating since. Looks pretty good. RSI is right in there in the middle, so be interesting to see with that. Definitely think this one could make a move back up. Let's see where he has. 488 resistance. Yep, same exact. Yep, at around 89. Let's see what else. If you guys have anything else you want me to check out, put it in the comments right here on the YouTube or on X, and we will get to that. We have over 1,000 people tuning in right now, so I'm sure a couple of you guys have questions about anything, so feel free to drop them. AMD with that comeback. Got back above that key level, so we're at it now. We're testing this key level again. See what we do here. It's mainly following the indices as well, so you just got to keep that in mind around this. It's like the one. Let's see, MU targets. This is going to be for. So let's go back to the other morning note to see, because he puts. I'm going to show Ben's targets first for you guys. Yeah, on yesterday's morning note. So let's see. Where is it? MU. 129.73 is the target. We actually added that. On the top trade ideas that was in yesterday's as a swing, target there. So 129.73 New York City landlords. So let's see what I see here in term. I think we really need to break almost that high of day yesterday to get a continuation. You also have some resistance up there. Like you had 129. You opened up and then you wicked up back on 626.25. So yeah, you gotta really get some strong momentum going there, and you got to break that 1 key level first around 127 to get that move to 129, in my opinion. So.
I'm back. What I miss?
Nothing much. Did you sell Pony, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it crashed, right?
Yeah, it crashed.
Yeah.
Someone was asking. I was pretty sure, but.
Yeah, I was like, it's not a top pick. Let me get out. Oh, it saves you too. It's like when you only focus on the top pick is a top pick for a reason, you know? Damn, but I'm out of all this other stuff now too. I got none of this other stuff. I sold MU and AMD at the worst times and everything else. But wow, good thing I avoided Pony. Basically, just in ONDS and short BBAI now. That's it.
27.
Let me just check and my two swings, which are GSRT, not doing anything, and Salem. I should just get rid of these swings, to be honest with you. They've kind of been doing nothing. All right. So we got 10:27 a.m. T minus 3 minutes. You want to just double check with our guests, make sure they have all the links, everything they need. Before we start, we'll hit the countdown button again, Rhett, and the intro.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
There we go. Device is not connected. So I see at the moment. There we go. Awesome.
All right.
So,
Oren, you're in the backstage. Give us a thumbs up when you're ready. Oh no, 2 minutes. Sorry, 2 minutes. I jumped the gun, guys. We got 2 minutes left. All right. So let's look at ONDS here. All right. Briefly, let's pull up. And by the way, I want to show you SenesTech here. SenesTech has been, we've been a spokesperson for them for about 8 months. And wait, where is it? I lost it. We like to work with, small micro caps on the cusp of profitability. This is amazing, perfect fit for it. The stock went from like $2 to $6, tripled, and during that time, they raised like $8 million on a 15 million market cap. So if MOB can be one of those stories, that's what we're hoping for. But we'll see if that opportunity exists here based on this initial interview. If it does, we'll be more than happy to support that. All right, got 1 minute left, and we'll hit that countdown music, right?
Good.
And maybe when I come back, maybe we'll get ONDS below $4. Oh, look at this! This is beautiful support at 393. By the way, am I done for the day? No. Is ONDS done for the day? Someone's asking. I don't know. Hit the countdown music. Let's go. Good morning, Oren El-Kayam, CEO of Mobilicom. Happy to have you here today. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you, Ben. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Very excited. We got 1,000 people watching this right now, mostly on X and a few. Now, actually, the YouTube link is there a YouTube link public today? Even on YouTube too, but X is the best, man. Any case, I'm so excited today. We'll see how it goes. Just a quick couple of disclaimers. Mobilicom is a sponsor of Story Trading, at least for today, for this interview. We'll see if that continues. And then also want to have a couple disclaimers. I do own Mobilicom in my retirement account, my long-term account, and in a small size. We'll see if we increase that. Currently don't have a position in my trading account, and my positions are subject to change at any time, and I'll be transparent with you when I do that, including maybe buying during if I do that during the interview. So, Oren, I'm very excited about the opportunity to hear your story and work with you and see if we can support you in your growth towards profitability. Your market cap is a beautiful, fit for us in terms of raising awareness. You're at $29-30 million market cap, and you're in a very exciting space, the drone space, right? Which has a lot of tailwinds there. But let's dig in to see what the future holds for you. So I want to start, Oren, with a little bit about your personal background, when you became CEO of this company. I don't know if you were the founder, but when you got involved, how long you were with the company, why you started the company or why you joined the company, and what your goals and visions are from Mobilicom. Let's start there.
So my personal background, I was born and raised in Israel, where I was lucky enough, everybody going to the army in the age of 18, women and men. And I was lucky enough to be accepted to an elite program that allow you to do your engineering degree before you enlist to the army. And then I went to the officer schools, the Israeli West Point, and then I was injected to the Air Force R&D Center and the Israeli NASA, and I spent much time over there dealing with the most sophisticated things on Earth, and that was a real pleasure, very interesting for me. Then I continue into the commercial market with my co-founder and partner Yossi Segal. We both been in the same program together, so together we continue into the commercial market and establish and being part of different companies in the silicon side of things, in base station of networking, in different areas. Mobilicom is our latest venture. Started on the technology of wireless communication, mesh communication with no infrastructure, but we pivoted into the drones and robotics space about 7 years ago. We managed to identify that the market is going to be a very interesting market that requires unique capabilities in communication, but also in other fields. Our vision for Mobilicom are clear. We would like to set Mobilicom as the key provider of the technology building blocks, the cyber, the software, and hardware for drones and robotics manufacturers. And if to be particular, small-sized drones and robots, anything that has to do with autonomy, anything that has to do with enabling the drone to operate, enabling them to communicate, enabling them to secure themselves against different cyber attacks. This is Mobilicom. In a nutshell, we are building the Bosch or Delphi or Continental of the drones and robotics space, being one-stop shop of the critical technology building blocks within all of those drones and robots.
Okay, great. Nice initial overview. Can you tell me what your vested interests might be in the company in terms of equity?
So together, I think that the insiders have more than 10%.
More than 10%. Okay, that's you, and you're a co-founder?
Yes, I'm one of the co-founders, myself and Yossi Segal, which is the VP R&D of the company, the smartest man I know, definitely in Mobilicom, the smartest person. He was on the IEEE, the American standardization body, was in the steering committee of the IEEE, and a voting member on the steering committee, well known in the industry, and has great wisdom in this field.
Okay, great. And without getting into the specifics of the company goals and the TAM and what you want to achieve there, what's your personal goal with the company? Like, where do you want to see this in 5-10 years? Are you trying to build a company to sell, to flip? Are you trying to, what's your goal? Why are you the CEO and co-founder of a small publicly traded company? Where do you want this to go?
So personally, I'm very excited from the opportunity to build a company that will be able to deliver the corner stones and the critical technology elements to manufacturers of all drones and robots, especially small ones. I see that as an interesting industry because it's in a pivotal stage. We understand right now that the government and defense business is booming around that and starting to appreciate the capabilities of those autonomous small vehicles on ground, air, and sea. And I think that the commercial market will experience the same thing. I'm excited to bring the cyber that is missing to this market. I'm excited to bring a very immune and secured communication for that. I'm excited to bring other capabilities to support the autonomy, because all of those will be AI operated elements. And this is what I would like to build a cluster of capabilities that will enable this industry. And whenever you will open the hood of any drones or robots, especially the small ones, I would like to see several systems by Mobilicom inside. So yes, there will be a different logo on the top, but eventually significant size and revenue and volume of that will be Mobilicom.
Okay, but in terms of your personal goal, would you like this? Are you trying to get the company to a point where you could sell it and profit that way, or are you not thinking about that? You just want the company to just get big and you want to operate a bigger company? What's your personal goal?
My current focus is building first the Mobilicom, and then merge into that additional solutions so we can grow as a company. This is my focus right now.
Okay, got it. I want to show you something here, which I mean you've seen, but I want to show our audience. The first thing that caught my eye when I came across this company last year was, at the time, I think your market cap maybe was $10 or $15 million, and just let it. What was that? 7 million, like a year ago. And I was looking at your team here, and between your team and your products and the intellectual property that seems that you have. I wonder if you can talk about, the value of the assets of your company. Forget about the future and the revenue growth for a second. In terms of, let's say you have no growth, right? And you would just want to sell this company based on your team, based on the assets, based on the intellectual property. When I looked at this last year, I'm like, this doesn't look like a $7 million company. Looking at your board of directors and everyone on the team, and again, all your products and intellectual property. Can you speak to that a little bit? Like, what have you built here, and how much is this all worth asset-wise?
So we gradually build different technology solutions in this space, and gather more and more IP, more and more patents that we file, and we have a lot of know-how in-house. As I mentioned, one of the key persons building these capabilities and technology is Yossi Segal, well known in the industry. We've built together silicon and chipset that went into Samsung, LG, Motorola, and other phone makers. In the past, we've done a solution that went into infrastructure of mobile and communication, sold across the world, in United States, Japan, Europe, and so forth. So he's been important building these amazing pieces together. We have Udi, which was the CEO of a cybersecurity company for automotive and vehicle industry. So we took him in order to build the next evolution of Mobilicom several years ago, which is around adding the cybersecurity, which is much needed in the drones and autonomous platforms, because they are moving around with no safety and security on that. We have great marketing from Anthony, which is expert in marketing in the United States, and build over there around that. We have great manufacturing capacity of people that have done production and scaled companies into tens of thousands of systems being deployed in different markets. So we took VP from the biggest II, one of the II biggest, which is one of the biggest drones, robotics, and defense manufacturers and provider worldwide, so to join us. And then if you are looking on the board level, we have the additional members that have done amazing success either in the cybersecurity or in the defense drones robotics market.
Okay, and is there a way you can kind of put a value on that? Because I've looked at a lot of other small drone companies, and it looks like your team and your IP is far superior to a lot of, I mean, them. There's Xena that just reported this morning. There's Arcat and UMAC and Paladine. I'm sure all of these companies. When I look at your market cap and everything you just went through compared to what those other guys have, it almost, I don't know, from an IP and staff perspective, it seems like you guys have something superior going on.
So I like some of the companies that you've mentioned. I think that some of them are doing amazing stuff, and we are partner of several of those. I believe that it's all around building the right clusters and solutions together. Going back to Mobilicom, yes, we've built an amazing portfolio of technologies that we own down to the bit. We developed that, we own the patents, we have the know-how, we are establishing that, we are not buying and reselling anything. Until now, all the critical assets Mobilicom own across the different software, cyber, and hardware families of products are owned by Mobilicom. And that speaks volume about our capability to grow, expand, and scale going forward. Because as the market will be mature and as the industry will ramp up, you will need to work with those that hold the technology and able to maneuver that in order to build a success. And then this is what Mobilicom has done. So across the cyber world, that it's something that we're working on the last 4 years, behind the scenes, and then creating together with others the cybersecurity standards in the United States for this world, and then being first to deliver cyber solution into this market, and then being certified by different governments on that, and combat proven is one example. But we have the same thing on the communication and networking side. We have on the ground control station, we have that on the cloud capabilities and software and so forth. And yes, we concentrated during the first section of the company or growth of the company on building all the critical assets inside. From here onward, we would like to leverage our position. We would like to leverage our activity with the tier ones across the world. The fact that we are certified by the US government, the Israeli government, and others, in order and respectable vendor to bring additional solution and integrate additional solution and sell a more comprehensive sets of solution to the customers to expedite and accelerate the industry, and more than that, protect the industry, because cyber will become a critical piece. I'm not sure that many people understand the urgency of the cyber in autonomous market or autonomous operation, but we are on the front of that. So yes, we have an amazing technology. If you compare it to some of the peers, I would like to say that we, from some of the names that you've mentioned, we have equivalent. We are not competing, but we have equivalent technology in different fields that is the sum of several of those companies. Each one of them separately are hundreds of millions of dollars. So if you ask me if I should be 300, 400, $500 million market cap right now based on what we already have, I would say that would be a fair value.
Okay.
And my personal goal is to get there.
Well, I can't wait to talk about how we're going to unlock that value and what some inflection points may be. Yeah, like you said, a lot of these other companies, it just seems like what you have is a lot more proprietary than what a lot of other companies are just putting things together with not necessarily a ton of specialized expertise. It looks like you guys are, for its tiny market cap, it just seems so proprietary. Seems pretty interesting. But all right, we'll get more into that pretty soon. But I want to talk a little bit about some logistics and political stuff. Are you based in your headquarters? Is it an Australian and Israeli company? Is it an Israeli company? What's the setup here? How does it work?
So the setup is that the mother company is an Australian company that owns an American company and an Israeli company. We are Triangle. I'm based here in the United States with other team members that is leading activity in the United States and the process of scaling and working with our customers and the government and so forth. There are other team members doing the same in Israel, which is exporting those things into the world. And there is the Australian entity. So all together, we are acting as unified.
The parent company is actually an Australian company?
Yes.
And what's
the R&D center is mostly in Israel. Okay. And business is mostly in the United States.
It's okay. And then, what's the purpose of having that Australian parent company?
It's part of their history. Actually, it was created because when the Australian wanted to expand their tech sector in their equivalent stock exchange, they approached different companies that have unique technology and asked them to join. So we IPO'd in Australia, and that was part of the funding we got in order to grow the company and focus on the drones robotics. We've done that. We got to the next phases, and therefore, From that moment onward, we understood that NASDAQ and America has to be the key market. We then listed on the NASDAQ directly, and then eventually we closed the listing on Australia. So part of this activity is that for the marketing and business approach, there is great advantages of having an American as well as Australian companies. Obviously, for America, we believe in the local market. We believe in the government being scaling the business. We understand the defense and the commercial sides of those, and we believe that both will flourish and be the biggest market worldwide. That's why I'm here. That's why the company is registered and listed over here. On the Australian side, if you are going worldwide and selling it to Europe and other places, less conflict, less problem, less political issues, and it's used as a great door opener and to do business worldwide, even across some Gulf countries and other areas as well.
Right. You mentioned the U.S. Side of things. Like, I want to talk about the politics a little bit with Trump and MAGA movement, Made in America, Made in USA movement. You know, with a lot of these announcements that have been coming out of the White House administration about drones, there's been a big push about, it seems like, Made in America kind of thing over there, right? We don't want to get drones from China. We want them made in America. How's that work for your company? You said the R&D's in Israel, the business side's in America. I don't know where the manufacturing happens, but how does that work? Are you poised to benefit being, an Israeli company?
So being an American, Israeli, and Australian company, multinational, yes, it's definitely helping us. Focusing on America, we are a strong believer in the fact that America has to establish strong foundation across the board, from R&D to production and to growing the business of drones or robotics. We are a great believer in that and always have been. We've been part of the standardization body, part of the working with the government over here and doing all the certification needed to do business in America from an American company. So yes, we have NDAA, for example, which is manufacturing according to the manufacturing, developing, and across the board of all the assets of the company based on the standardization in the United States. We've done the trusted cyber validation of United States, being part of as an American company. We've done the Blue UAS certification with the DoD and been accepted and validated again, and did that with flying colors. So we are a great believer in the fact that America has to establish everything across the drones robotics in order to lead this market worldwide. Production, we have capacity of production across Israel, United States, and the Philippines, which is an ally of US. And when everybody else moved to high production rates in China, we've done it in the Philippines, believing that as an American supporting facility, that you get the cost reduction that you need, the quality that you need, but it's safe to be used in the United States. So although we have production and done production in the United States and in Israel, scalability also could come from Philippines, which is a US ally. So all of those are working for us to win and enjoy the fruits of what we are strongly believe in, that America has to be self-dependent on this space.
Okay. So what I'm trying to understand, I know like we've interviewed the CEO of UMAC and ARCAT before, and it sounds like they're in position maybe to get some federal contracts. Are you involved with any? Are you just like strictly? Would you just be strictly a supplier to drone makers, or are you directly involved in any of the decision making at a federal level? Do they bring you in and talk to you at all, or is it an issue that you're not, purely an American company? Can you give us some insights into that?
So yes, we are in position to win such business. Eventually, we have to understand that the business of Mobilicom, much like by UMAC that Alan is leading, is selling to the OEMs, the manufacturers of the drones robotics. This is the majority of the business that we will do. Yes, you can do projects and activities with the government, which we do, but majority of the essential business of the company, ours and others, will come from selling to the OEMs, the manufacturers of those drones robots. Saying that, we are strong believers in working top down and bottom up, meaning top down, working with the government, with the entities on the commercial market, with the commercial customers and FAA and the rest, on the government and defense, working with the DoD entities. And yes, we are speaking with the Marines and the Army and SOCOM and all of them, and involved in all of those activities of the industry. We are also working on contributing our share of activities with the industry here in the United States from standardization activity that we've done on the drones and robotics. I personally went and met and advocated on behalf of the industry with congressmen and senators on the cybersecurity, believing that it's a crucial thing. I visited the Hill twice during last year's meeting personally with senators and congressmen, and explaining the issues that we have in America on cybersecurity of drones or robots. So yes, we're active across the board, top down and bottom up, with the government and from the OEMs.
Okay, great. I'm going to share this screen over here. So you're active across the board. You have some customers and that are big names that I recognize, right? Rafael and Airbus and Elbit Systems, United States Department of Defense. I guess that's Israeli Ministry of Defense. Right? You got some big names here, and you just reported first half revenue this morning of about $2 million. A lot of other press releases over the last couple quarters where you got like an order from a tier one for here. Actually, it's in the press release this morning. You're saying this is for, what's the word I'm looking for? It's basically scale mass production, right? Here it is. He said growth driven by transition of key tier one customers into mass production, right? So you have what seems like should be big money. So far, we're at 2 million first half. What am I missing here? Like, what do you need? What needs to happen to start getting much bigger revenue numbers?
Okay, so when we are looking on the company growth and scalability, we are looking on three pillars and three engines of growth. And the first being current existing customers, tier one players in the industry, in the United States, in Europe and Israel, that are shifting from doing initial production in order to seed the market to move to mass production in order to deploy large quantities. Large quantities can come by winning programs of record. I'm sure that if you spoke with Red Cat and UMAC and Paladin, you understand the program of record, which is a government business that is dedicated for 5-10 years sometimes, which is then extended if needed, with dedicated budget that is guaranteed over years to field massive amount of units. So we have some of the tier ones that we are working with have such significant program of record. They are working with us on those things. They are progress. The American tier one player that we're working with, which is one of the, let's say, I don't know, top two or something like that, if I have to analyze that in our field. So they are already working on several programs of record and shortlisted for few. We have good belief that they will win a portion of this American market and then some international market, and we will win with them. We have
sorry, what are you able to name that customer?
No. If someone is going backward and analyzing all our PRs in this field, they will be able to understand that because we've named that in the past. But being one of the top tier players in the United States and worldwide in this field, definitely, providing to the government in, I would like to say.
What do you say? You're talking about like a large multi-billion-dollar company?
Yes, it's a large conglomerate from United States with over $5 billion in sales and a lot into defense as well. So definitely leader of this industry worldwide, but definitely in the United States. They moved from initial production cycles. If you are looking on what we said in the past, they have done several sequence of quarter after quarter after quarter initial production orders from Mobilicom to scale and start to deploy different units in the United States. And we've seen that from 2024 and beginning of 2025. But now they scale to larger amount because US has decided to accelerate. We saw the Pentagon decision, and they have to accelerate, and deployment of battalions have to start from January this next year. So we have to deliver to them before that, so they will have the capacity to deploy battalions in the US DoD.
So
So
do
that's the
you have
start.
some visibility into the second half of the year? Or we're already in August. I guess there's 3.5 months left. But is there some hockey stick growth coming for you soon based on these things you're talking about? And
Yeah,
when will that happen?
I think that we are already experiencing that because as they will win and lock those programs of record, and sometimes even before that, as the last order has demonstrated, we moved from purchase orders of $200,000 roughly to 1.4 was the last one on a quarterly or almost quarterly base, and that shows that it's 6-7 times more, and that shows there's a ramp up that is already happening. Okay, and they will accelerate as they will win more and more. They are chasing 6 programs of record in the United States and 4 international, definitely being one of the largest in the top players in this field. They will win portion of this market, and doesn't matter if it's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those 10 programs of record. It's amazing for Mobilicom because one program will move Mobilicom into tens of millions of dollars in revenue on a yearly basis. And 2 or 3 tens of millions of dollars, and you can understand 5,000 units with them on a yearly production rate will bring us to $15 to $20 million, and this is based on one program. You can imagine what will happen if they will win 2 or 3, which is feasible, and then we have on top of them others around the world that is doing the same thing. So we are experiencing that. And what the last PO demonstrated that we moved from $200,000 purchase per PO to 1.4, and we anticipate that those will continue.
That's right. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I actually covered this when that news came out. Let me pull that up. That looked like one of your largest orders ever, from what I remember. Was it? It was just recently, a couple weeks ago.
And we see a sequence of orders from these customers and others.
July 21st, $1.4 million order, right?
Yes.
And was that your largest order ever?
Yes, because it's not a yearly order; it's just a quarterly thing.
Okay. So then, in terms of the when is all this gonna start hitting? You only report. I guess we're not gonna hear from you till like February or March again. When
No. We are voluntarily. We believe in being transparent with investors. We are releasing a quarterly. Although as a foreign issuer, we are obligated to report twice a year. We are releasing a quarterly report. So you're expected to see our announcement in the next quarter as well.
So in like 3 months, you reported today. Yes. So like mid-November.
Yes.
Okay. So then all this great stuff you're talking about.
Let's look on the numbers. If you're looking on the numbers, and sorry for interrupting you, you can see that today we have announced that we have $1.4 million in revenue that we accomplished, and then a backlog of 1.6 or something, or 1.5 and 1.6, and then together we are already 3.1 million, okay, which is the full year last year.
Okay, and then this hockey stick growth we're just talking about with all these programs of records, you're hoping that even one of them hits. Again, when might we see that on the top line? Is that something we see in 2025, Q3 or Q4, or is it more a 2026 event?
So I think that the deliveries will be built into 2026, but some of them are asking for acceleration. So it really depends on the government decision on how fast to move. We see a great movement on trying to accelerate programs. The recent purchase order came to our partner because the American government couldn't wait for a decision of program of record, but wanted to accelerate the activity based on the Pentagon and other decisions. So they started to deploy battalions. It could be that additional one like that will come, and definitely with the program of record, more of those will come.
Okay, I know we're a little over.
Decisions should be made. I don't control, the timing of the government, but decisions should be made in the coming quarter or 2.
Okay. Do you have a few extra minutes? I know we put a 30-minute slot.
No, definitely.
Okay, good. I just want to ask you a couple more things. So, how about you mentioned some of these smaller ones. So that's the big one you're talking about. What can you tell us about, because we've been very early. Our community is very heavy drone traders and investors. We're very early to the ARCAT story and the UMAC and OPTT and ONDS reported this morning, Ondas Holdings. I don't know if you're familiar with them, and
Yes.
Paladine, right? Like, we're really steeped into this stuff. We're in the middle of all of it. And I guess my question for you is, are there any of those? Because I know we've been hearing a lot from UMAC. UMAC and ARCAT in particular have been teasing very large contracts that aren't quite there yet, but like it always seems like it's right around the corner. Do you get a piece of that if they get some big business?
Alan and UMAC are providing mainly the hardware solutions for small, or let's say miniature drones or FPV drones. This is the key market that they are chasing right now in the commercial market, but also pivoting into the defense. Mobilicom hardware, by the way, is more IP based. Lots of software, hardware inside, a lot of software and firmware inside the hardware. Our typical element is sold between $2,000 to $5,000 per piece, and you have multiple of those in a drone system, so you understand the magnitude of those elements. And on the software and cyber pieces of that we are selling, it's additional SaaS model solutions. Those, yes, as some of the vendors that you have mentioned will scale, we will scale with them. We are not competing with UMAC. We are actually partners of many of the companies that you've mentioned over there, and some of those are customers.
And ARCAT as well?
ARCAT are not a customer yet, and they are dealing with their own small drone solution, but we believe that we have great things to support their growth and the needs of this industry and standardization, especially around the cybersecurity going forward.
So if we see some good news from UMAC that they got some big order or whatever that is, that's something that you think will directly also benefit you?
No, we don't have something that UMAC is buying from us. They are selling different things, mainly smaller pieces of the drone hardware like engines and small computers. We are selling to similar tier one players. To be exact, we have large amount of tier one manufacturers of drones robotics. We already locked them. We are in the design. As those OEM will succeed, we will be there.
Okay.
I think that Alan is trying to close some of those deals. We have equivalent deals that we already locked and done.
I see.
And this is already in the process.
Wow.
We don't have to do anything more.
Okay. All right. Beautiful.
What I can add to that is that the fact that Mobilicom's products were added in the recent months to the Blue UAS, which is the government of United States certification for certified, recommended, and trusted vendors in the drones robotics, and we have several products over there. Okay, that will open the door for us to be endorsed and used across the industry in the United States, mainly for the DoD and federal business, which does accelerate additional OEMs and tier ones that are now integrating with Mobilicom. So if you are looking on the growth of the company, first is the current customers moving to mass production, which is already happening. Second is the fact that we have Blue UAS certification and being endorsed and recommended by the government here. So that's opened the door, and more tier ones are right now doing more integration, and it's unlock DoD fast track business for us. And then the cybersecurity across the different offering that we have, which is unique and leader position in the market, will bring additional growth into SaaS model solution, because you cannot have AI autonomous platforms and have zero cybersecurity or anything that is running and protecting those constantly, which we provide.
Okay. Now, this is the last category of questions here, which everyone is going to really be paying very close attention to this, because when you're a microcap company, the most important thing is, when do you get to profitability? And related to that, really what all that's about is, people don't want to be hit with surprise offerings, especially offerings with warrants and poor pricing and things like that, right? That's the stuff people want to avoid when you invest in microcap companies. So can you tell us a little bit about your cash balance, your capital structure, your runway, your cash runway, and then we'll get into the profitability a bit after that.
Definitely. So the recent report that was published today mentioned that we have about $7 million cash in hand, which is a very strong position to be when you are burning $260,000 a month. So our burn rate is very, very low. If you compare it to all the other peers that you've mentioned in the industry, we have the lowest burn rate that I can see in the industry. And we have enough cash to sustain over 2 years with what we have cash in hand. Expecting that good news like the one that we already announced that shows that the train has left the station and acceleration is already happening. Okay, the momentum will continue, and we will be able to take this growth and move to self-sustained cash flow positive company with the funding that we have. Yes, there are other opportunities to scale faster, to do more, to acquire things, and then we might needs more cash. But for the organic growth of our business across the different solutions, what we have is sufficient to get to the inflection point as well as into the self-sustained company and positive cash flow.
So what is your break-even point? Is it just simply another
$10 million roughly in sales will bring us to the cash flow positive position, roughly around there.
10 million sales?
Yes.
And it sounds like it's. I just want to say something. I want to make sure I'm not misrepresenting.
No, please, Ben, feel free.
Okay.
Go.
It sounds like you could possibly get to 10 million sales in 2026 if one of these.
Definitely, if one program of record hits, one of the many that our customers are working with us can automatically bring us theirs, or at least give us the backlog to be there right after. So yes, this is the idea. And this is without the innovation that we brought on the cybersecurity. I don't think that people understand the magnitude of the cybersecurity position we hold in this market.
Okay. And the going back to cap structure a little bit, your balance sheet is great, right? You have all this cash. You're pretty close to profitability. The only remaining concern someone might have is, are there any warrants out there that may be holding the stock down? Any entities out there that might be shorting your stock against some sort of asset they have? Can you speak to that a little?
Well, shorts position is always existing in the market. We cannot avoid that. It's a thing that everybody sees. It's volatile and changing, especially changing rapidly in the small cap space. There are traded warrants on the market. You can see our traded warrants from the IPO in 2022. So it was a rough year to get into the stock exchange and do IPO what we've done it. And those are traded around, the exercise price is around $5. And we have additional warrants leftovers that stayed from $1.5 roughly. But those are not exercised because the holders believe that there are institutionals that won't hold it. And when I ask them, why don't you convert it? Because you're in the money, well into the money and profitable, they say that they are looking for much more. So this is the situation. We have, again, no debt, no convertible, no credit line from banks. We are very, very clean. We don't need those. And we intend to stay like that. Okay.
And last question I have for you is, if you do experience this hockey stick growth, this inflection point.
When you do,
okay, when that happens through one of these program records, will there be because you said you can't mention the customer, but will there be a press release about that, or do we have to wait till you report your quarterly earnings to find out about that?
You can see and chase, and you can monitor the deals. And actually, if people are looking on what I said a year ago, when we've been 70 cents and discussed the opportunities that we are holding in our hand, and we said, yes, we are seeding with our partners, the different market entities, and deploying across US DOD and with them. And then now you've seen a deal that shows that we moved from hundreds of thousands to over $1 million, 7 times the regular deal or POs that we are getting. So it's already happening.
Okay.
So continuing on releasing those things. And then we will also announce that, hey, they are moving to mass production, or their customers are moving to program of record and so forth, which is part of the deal, whatever they will allow us to mention, as it's a DOD business. So, yes.
All right. Very good. Full disclosure, while you were speaking, I did purchase more shares from my retirement account of MOB, just putting it out there. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Oren. Looking forward to some future updates. We'll keep track of your stock, and we'll keep our community abreast of what's going on. We're going to have to do a little due diligence, figure out which company it is you're talking about, and we'll monitor those deals. So that's going to
Yes, there are few. It's also we have tier ones in Israel. We have those in United States. So in Europe and in Asia as well. So we have multiple of those. It's not just one. So track all of them.
All right. We got some work to do. Thank you so much, Oren. Good luck.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. There you have it. CEO of Mobilicom. Story is what I always thought it was. Optionality upside is what I'd call this, right? Limited downside because of their cash and their IP. Optionality upside. He claims companies inflecting right now. Would like to independently do some verification of that, find out about these customers. The press release this morning did give some verification of that here with the backlog plus the press release a couple weeks ago with that $1.4 million order. So I did go ahead and I added more to my long-term position on Mobilicom. Rhett, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I like it. The future looks pretty bright for them, and like what I heard so far. So,
all right, beautiful. There's Mobilicom. We're going to take a few more minutes, do some catch up on the stocks we're trading this morning. And then we're going to say goodbye to X and continue the collaboration on our Discord for the rest of the day. Wow, man, a lot of stuff. Really, this air test systems, I really wish I picked that up this morning. Doing pretty well here. It's one of my largest positions in my retirement account. ONDS at this moment looks like it's stalling out just a little bit, so we'll come back to that. BMNR, wow. I did get back into this during the interview. I had but bought back just a small amount, 100 shares back in BMNR. This thing is doing pretty good. And I got some regrets over that MU and AMD. The AMD is not much, but actually also did buy back, right? The MU calls. This time I went a week further. I was a little nervous they expired this week. So I bought, like, I guess 127s for next week or something like that on MU. So BMNR, MU, these are all things we talked about this morning, which are, kind of recovering and having nice afternoons. And along with this air that I had a suspicion would explode today, and indeed it has. Let me just check the IWM. Yep, IWM up 1.83%. That'll do it. That will do it. Interesting. Wow, Rhett, there should be more opportunities out there with IWM. You should or could see some additional movement in some. Let me go to this top picks list. The thing that comes to mind again is Peloton. Peloton is just such an ideal situation here for this environment after an inflection quarter. Goldman Sachs with a big upgrade, and it's down 0.22%. That might be an opportunity. I did step out of it this morning, but honestly, I'm thinking of maybe getting back in, looking at what the indices are doing. Let me throw that up to the top. Maybe I'll do that. And man, so many air is killing me, man. Shit. All right. So in any case, what is this candle over here? 16,000 shares. I bought it $4 and a penny in my retirement account, and spread is pretty big, 395 by 405. But in any case, yeah, Rhett, man, I got shaken out of MU. I don't want to say I got shaken out of BMNR, but I mean, ONDS was working so much better. I'm like, why do I even need BMNR? That's why I got out, but I FOMO'd back in a little bit there. So ONDS, BMNR, same with MU. It was really a matter of, hey, MU is not working, ONDS is, and I FOMO'd back into a little bit of MU. And that's pretty much all I have. I still have the short on BBAI. I have not added to that short. Anything else you see there, Rhett, that we should be talking about?
No, I'm still liking ONDS actually. So I like how we're starting to pull back a little, just for the RSI aspect, and just kind of moving up with the on the 5-minute chart, the 20-day moving average. So that is pretty nice. I'm liking that. So
Ooh, I bought a lot of TMDX and common shares and some other accounts that I have. That's up 4% today. Very nice. Wait, what's Wi-Fi doing? Hold on a second. I saw green on Wi-Fi. 1 second. Wi-Fi up 2%. Okay. So yeah, let's just look at ONDS one last time, and then we're going to say goodbye to X. If you want to join our Discord community, head on over to storytrading.com. Oh, man, that MU looks beautiful. Why'd I get shaken out? Okay. Yeah, so ONDS. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I guess it's just consolidating and digesting its gains over here. I think I'm gonna stay around a bit. I'm gonna stay around. I'm sticking with my 460 target, swing target. Might happen today. We'll see. So still my largest position of the day is ONDS. And did you get into MU at all?
no, I did not.
Oh, you didn't. Okay. All right.
No.
So let's leave it there. All right. It was a good morning, still up for the day. And let's see if we can get some additional returns in alpha here this afternoon. We'll see you in our Discord. Head on over to storytrading.com if you want to subscribe. Thank you, everyone.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.